Greetings, everybody. It is Tuesday, March 17th, and I am, just like probably everybody watching this video, currently trying to avoid coming to contact with anyone I don't have to, because we are all trying to understand what we have to do, how we're supposed to react, and what it means to be living in this moment of coronavirus and COVID-19. Your leaders, myself, Cantor Greenblatt, the exec board, the board, all of us, we're beginning to get our heads around what exactly we can do during this time. We're going to be sending out messages like this on a regular basis. We're going to be sending out other communication. The plan is that pretty soon, probably next week, I'll be providing some online classes and such. And of course, we'll still have our Shabbat services and soon Torah study on Saturdays. So we'll be doing whatever we can to try and provide some sense of normalcy and some sense of contact during this period, however long it might be. We are all figuring this out as we go, and even though we can't come together, we know that by connecting as much as possible, it will be that much easier to get through this. Around this time, I was actually supposed to be teaching a class on Martin Buber, the 20th century philosopher. Now, that class had been rescheduled already for other reasons, but Buber was famous for a kind of relational theology. His most famous book and the most famous part of his thinking was called I, Thou. Essentially, what Buber taught is that everything is relational, that there are two ways that we can relate to those around us, people, animals, nature, and even God. Well, not really God, more on that in a second. But he said there is the I-it relationship and the I-you, or the I-thou relationship. The I-it relationship is a simple, surface, functional interaction that we might have, whereas the I-you is a deeper, truer connection. Simplifying it, obviously, but you get the idea. These moments of I-you connection are deep and powerful and spiritual and sustaining. And in fact, he said that God is the only one with whom we can never connect as an it. There's no I-it relationship with God. It's only I-you. It's either a deep, full connection or it's not, or it's nothing at all. And we can learn to connect more often in deeper ways through focusing on this, through trying to have these moments of true connection. But one of the really interesting and important aspects of this philosophy was the idea that Buber had that there is no I in isolation. He said that everything is either I-it or I-you, and that I could never be I without an it or a you. In other words, my very existence, my very self-awareness is completely dependent on me being in some kind of relation with an other. And if I want to experience my truest I, it's got to be that I-you relationship, not the I-it. I am only myself at all when I'm connecting in some way to someone or something outside myself, and I am only the deepest, truest version of myself when I'm having a true relationship with that other, that I-you interaction. This begins to explain why this isolation we're experiencing is so difficult. It's not just about the boredom, although that's something real for sure, and it's not just about the fear. It's also about this sense that we have that disconnection with others leads to a disconnection with ourselves. We are social creatures. It is through our interactions with each other that we exist, and it's through our interactions with those whom we care about most that we become our best selves. So this time when we're apart physically is going to be difficult, but we know that relationship doesn't only exist face to face. We know that as difficult as it might be, we can and we have to find ways to connect over these different means of technology. So we're going to be exploring that as much as possible and figuring out how to best bring this sense of connection within our congregation. But please know that it is deeply important that we stay connected to one another, that we pick up the phone, that we use video chat where we can, that we send emails, that however it is that we can connect. It is absolutely essential, not just from a social point of view, and obviously also from a mental health point of view, but also from a spiritual point of view. We simply can't be our best, truest selves in isolation. So as we begin what might be weeks or even longer of this kind of social distancing, we're going to have to stay connected. And I look forward to finding those ways to connect with all of you. I hope that everyone is feeling safe and secure. I hope everyone is holding up well to these first few days of this sense of isolation. And I look forward to seeing everyone online soon and in person in the not too distant future.